All right, boy, this was an embarrassing loss, 42-7. And look, the program right now for Penn State, Neil, 49-10 2 years ago was one thing when you're kind of on your way up. But when you've gotten there and then you come here and get destroyed like this, what does this say about where Penn State football is now?
Yeah, I can't imagine really picking them to win up here for a long time. I mean, the game was too big for them. I was... I didn't necessarily think Penn State would win, but I thought with all their senior leadership on offense especially that they would hang in there.
Okay.
At least, a 1 or 2 touchdown type game, maybe score to, 28-20 type game. They lost the game up front on both sides of the ball. They could not physically cope with Michigan in addition to all their other trouble. I think that's where the game was really lost up front.
All right, so look, we all have to make predictions a lot. I'm wrong a lot. I didn't think Penn State was going to come in here and play very well. I picked Michigan to win by 17.
Yeah.
I didn't think it'd be a close game because, quite frankly, I don't think this Penn State football team right now is what we've seen for the past 2 years. I know that they've lost 5 games by 12 points, but I just think where they are now, especially with an injured McSorley and Joe Moorhead's gone, the receivers are bad. What is Penn State football right now compared to the last 2 years?
Well, they're clearly not as good, and they're struggling for their own identity. They're trying to, they're running the quarterback up the middle like a lot. I mean, even Stevens you put in last week against Iowa, same with today. You had 22 carries by your quarterbacks today, and really only 8 from your running backs. Mm-hmm. So you do that, and you wonder why the receivers don't catch the ball. I mean, there's very limited opportunities. They ran 47 plays today.
Wow.
It's incredible.
The receivers caught 3 passes. Now, they did take some shots. I'll give Ricky Running credit. They took some shots downfield. But, man, oh, man, starting in 2016, this Penn State offense was unstoppable. Now, they almost suffered their worst shutout loss since 1939, and they got a lucky touchdown at the end against backup. So, what does that say?
Well, I think obviously you're missing some really great players, great players in college who have gone on to the NFL. Jasicki had to be covered over in the middle, and that brings the safety up, and they wheeled Barkley out, and you had a very creative play caller in Joe Moorhead. So, and I think the defenses in the Big Ten have figured that McSorley out. They're not going to let him beat them. And you have to be perfect against Michigan. You had Tompkins open deep. You had Polk over the middle early. He drops it. Thompson dropped another one. I mean, they just don't have any kind of consistently good play. Johnson was not here. He was hurt. So they just had no offense, really.
This is a sensational Michigan defense. Yeah. Sensational. But Penn State had 111 yards of offense until that Tommy Stevens touchdown drive. 111. Yeah. So here's the thing. They've got 3 games coming up. They can win these games. Wisconsin's going to be a tough physical match. There's still a chance for this to be a 9-3 season and to move forward. But here's the question I ask you. For these next 3 games, for next year, going forward. I wrote 4 weeks ago, that I wonder if this program has peaked under James Franklin for the foreseeable future. They've already won a Big Ten title. Joe Moorhead's gone. I don't know that we're ever going to see that offense come back. So, walk me back from the ledge and try to convince me that what we've seen from Penn State the last 2 years, that they can even get back to that level regardless of getting elite.
I mean, I think they're playing a lot of people on defense. And, hey, it was only 14-0 late in the third quarter here. So, I think you're going to see a shift and maybe an emphasis on defense. They got to figure it out. Hey, they're losing the heart and soul of their program in McSorley. So, there's a lot of question marks on offense. And today opened up a whole can of worms because, maybe you can finish 9-3. I mean, you let Ohio State beat you twice. And if you let that happen, if James said, if there's a hangover here against Wisconsin, that could be a problem. But, you lose this bad here, you really can't feel great about this season now. Come here, you play competitively, maybe it's different. I think this is a real good team. They don't beat themselves in Michigan, real tough defensively. I was pretty impressed. We'll see what they do with Ohio State and going forward. But, Penn State's a lot of questions. Special teams, same mistakes are happening now. And really, you go back since the Ohio State elite speech, and it's really not been good for for 5 weeks.
Yeah, it's rough to watch. We'll see what happens next week. We'll see how much McSorley plays. If he can't run the ball, he really can't be out there in this offense. Right. They just have too many other issues. So.
And you know, hey, maybe it is. I think it was not smart to put McSorley back in today after the Stevens interception. Let Stevens play. You got to get him ready at some point. You got Rutgers and Maryland coming up. Of course, that'll be senior day. Obviously, you have Wisconsin, but if McSorley's not healthy, it's a good opportunity for Stevens, I think.
All right. Ugly day for Neil.
Off the ledge.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see.
Yeah.
For Neil and Corey, we had a special guest do our video. Thank you, special guest.
Thanks, Josh.
Thanks for watching.